Welcome back to Take the Leap Management, the podcast where we explore essential tools and strategies to help you succeed in leadership and project management. Today, in our fifth episode of the series on sustainable project portfolio management, we're diving into the tools and metrics for measuring sustainability in project portfolios. Measuring sustainability is critical because while it's easy to talk about sustainability goals, tracking their progress and proving their impact is a much more challenging task. In this episode, we'll cover some of the key tools and frameworks that can help you measure the sustainability impact of your projects, as well as the metrics that matter when it comes to demonstrating sustainable value. Why is measuring sustainability so challenging? Unlike traditional financial metrics, which have clear quantitative indicators, sustainability often involves factors that are more difficult to quantify. Things like environmental impact, social value, and long-term organizational resilience. Yet, to successfully manage a sustainable portfolio, you need metrics that go beyond dollars and deadlines to capture the full impact of each project on people, the planet, and profitability. Without effective measurement, it's difficult to know if your projects are truly contributing to your sustainability goals, or if there's more work to be done. Let's start by exploring some of the tools that have been developed specifically to help organizations measure sustainability. One widely used tool is Life Cycle Assessment, LCA. LCA allows organizations to measure the environmental impact of a project over its entire life cycle, from resource extraction to production, use, and eventual disposal. For example, if you're managing a portfolio that includes product development, you can use LCA to track the environmental cost of producing each product. This includes measuring the carbon emissions, energy consumption, water usage, and waste generated throughout each stage of the product's life. By using LCA, you get a comprehensive view of the environmental footprint of each project, helping you identify opportunities to reduce waste, lower emissions, or use resources more efficiently. Another valuable tool is carbon footprint analysis. While LCA looks at multiple environmental impacts, carbon footprint analysis zeroes in specifically on greenhouse gas emissions. This can be especially useful for companies with targets to reduce their carbon footprint. For instance, if you're managing a portfolio that includes logistics or transportation projects, carbon footprint analysis allows you to measure the emissions associated with each project. By tracking emissions over time, you can see which projects are having the biggest impact on your organization's carbon footprint and prioritize initiatives that help reduce emissions, such as optimizing delivery routes or investing in more energy-efficient transportation options. In addition to these tools, impact assessment frameworks are essential for understanding the broader social and environmental impact of projects. For example, the Environmental Impact Assessment, EIA, and Social Impact Assessment, SIA, are both methods that organizations use to predict the environmental and social effects of a project before it's undertaken. Let's say you're overseeing a construction project in a new community. An EIA can help you understand the project's impact on local ecosystems, while an SIA would examine how the project might affect local employment, infrastructure, and community well-being. Using these assessments as part of your project approval process can help ensure that every project is evaluated not only on financial metrics, but also on the positive or negative impacts it could have on the surrounding environment and community. One of the challenges in sustainability measurement is the selection of meaningful metrics. Since sustainability covers such a broad range of areas, Choosing the right metrics is key to tracking the progress of your goals effectively. There are three primary types of sustainability metrics to consider: environmental, social, and economic. On the environmental side, metrics could include greenhouse gas emissions, energy consumption, water usage, and waste reduction. For instance, if you have a portfolio of manufacturing projects, tracking energy consumption and waste generated by each project can give you insight into how sustainable your operations are. Social metrics might include employee well-being, community impact, or fair labor practices. For example, if you're running projects that involve local hiring or training programs, tracking metrics like job creation or training hours can help measure the positive social impact of your portfolio. Economic sustainability metrics are also important. While they might look similar to traditional financial metrics, they're slightly different because they focus on long-term value rather than just immediate financial return. Economic sustainability metrics could include things like resource efficiency, cost savings from energy reductions, or even revenue generated from new sustainable products. By focusing on long-term economic impacts, you can show how sustainability initiatives contribute to financial resilience and help the organization adapt to future challenges. An increasingly popular way to track and report sustainability progress is through standardized sustainability reporting frameworks. One of the most widely used frameworks is the Global Reporting Initiative, GRI, which provides guidelines for organizations to disclose their environmental, social, and governance (ESG) performance. For example, GRI provides metrics for tracking emissions, energy usage, labor practices, and community impact. By adopting the GRI framework, organizations can standardize their reporting, making it easier to compare results across projects and over time. Another advantage of using a recognized framework like GRI is that it provides transparency to stakeholders, who can see how the organization is performing on sustainability metrics. This transparency builds trust and reinforces the organization's commitment to sustainability. Another helpful framework for measuring sustainability impact is the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, set by the United Nations. The SDGs outline 17 global goals, such as affordable and clean energy, reduced inequalities, and climate action. Organizations can align their project portfolios with specific SDGs and track metrics that measure their contributions to these goals. For example, if your portfolio includes clean energy projects, you can track metrics related to SDG 7, which aims for affordable and clean energy. By showing how your projects support global sustainability goals, you not only demonstrate the impact of your work, but also contribute to broader, internationally recognized objectives. Let's bring this back to practical application with an example. Imagine you're managing a project portfolio for a large retail chain with a goal to become carbon neutral by 2030. You have a mix of projects, some focused on energy efficiency in stores, others on optimizing supply chains, and still others on sustainable sourcing. To track progress, you use LCA to assess the environmental impact of each project and carbon footprint analysis, specifically for emissions. You also implement a GRI-aligned reporting system to document your progress for internal stakeholders and the public. Through these tools and metrics, you can show exactly how each project contributes to your carbon neutral goal, providing both data-driven insights and transparent reporting. One of the benefits of having standardized sustainability metrics is that they enable continuous improvement. Instead of seeing sustainability as a one-time target, you can treat it as an evolving process. Regularly reviewing your metrics, setting new targets, and adjusting your portfolio strategies as needed helps ensure that your organization stays on track for long-term sustainability goals. For instance, if you notice that your waste reduction efforts are falling short, you can reprioritize projects that focus on waste management or adjust your approach to make it more effective. But let's also acknowledge some of the challenges in sustainability measurement. One major hurdle is the availability and reliability of data. Some sustainability impacts, especially social ones, are harder to quantify and require subjective or indirect measurement methods. Additionally, collecting accurate data on metrics like carbon emissions or water usage can be difficult across large or complex organizations. Overcoming these challenges often requires investing in new data collection tools or partnerships with third-party organizations that can provide accurate assessments. For instance, some companies are using advanced sensors or IoT technologies to monitor real-time energy and water usage across their facilities, which can provide more reliable data for sustainability reporting. Finally, engagement and buy-in from stakeholders are critical for successful sustainability measurement. If teams aren't committed to accurately tracking and reporting data, sustainability metrics can fall short of their potential. Building a culture that values sustainability and aligns teams around these goals is essential for collecting high-quality data and maintaining the accuracy of your metrics. One way to do this is by linking sustainability metrics to team incentives. For instance, you could tie part of project managers' performance evaluations to sustainability targets, such as achieving waste reduction goals or improving energy efficiency. By creating accountability, you're more likely to get accurate, committed tracking and reporting across all projects. As we wrap up today's episode, let's recap. Measuring sustainability in project portfolios requires both the right tools and carefully chosen metrics that reflect your goals across environmental, social, and economic dimensions. Tools like LCA, carbon footprint analysis, and impact assessments give you the data to track each project's impact, while frameworks like GRI and SDGs provide the structure to report and compare results. By regularly tracking, adjusting, and reporting your sustainability progress, you can build a portfolio that supports not only financial success, but also the organization's long-term commitment to people and the planet. Thank you for joining us today on Take the Leap Management. I hope this episode has given you a better understanding of how to measure sustainability in your project portfolios and helped you see the value in these tools and metrics. In our next episode, we'll be discussing resource management for sustainable portfolios, diving into how to optimize resources to support sustainability goals effectively. If you found this episode valuable, don't forget to subscribe, share it with your colleagues, and keep tuning in as we continue exploring sustainable project portfolio management. Until next time, keep tracking, keep improving, and keep taking the leap.